Grief, Penelope and Pickle. Grief is love without a place to go. Penelope meets Pickle the puppy when she is at college. They go through everything together. Much later, when the day comes for Mother Earth to call Pickle home, he dies in Penelope's arms. Her friends are hard on her, suggesting that she should just get over her pet's death. Penelope knows she loved Pickle deeply and is simply in grief. Loving Pickle was worth every moment of sadness. When she is ready, she will love again. Pickle represents the strength of character inherent in true love. This card heralds a deep caring and an ability to heal and love again, however deep the pain or hard the challenges you face. Troubled times denote smooth sailing ahead. Penelope and Pickle remind us that what we reveal, we can heal. Give yourself time. You will love again. If you honor your pain, it will change your life. Close your eyes and allow cleansing white light to wash over you. Invite someone you miss into the light. Feel the happiness this moment provides. Tell them how much you miss them, and let them tell you the same. Create space for another visit in the future if you wish. You have called upon this card today as an invitation to create more nurturing in your life. It is easy to get caught up with the crazy hustle and bustle of the world, forgetting to take a little time for yourself, to give back, nurture, and receive the gifts and fruits of your labor. The healing energy of nurturing is available to you now, and you are being encouraged to take a moment to honor yourself with this light. Something in your life is calling for some love and nurturing. You are completely deserving of this love and attention. Do those things for yourself that allow you to feel this loving essence. Take a long, relaxing bath, go for a massage, spend time with friends and loved ones. Whatever allows you to feel nurtured, make sure you do this for yourself, as it is a big part of your growth and healing at present. It is a natural state of being to nurture. However, due to fear, we have learned to shut off and separate ourselves from the love and nurturing that surrounds us. Open yourself to the kindness in your heart and create some love in your life today. 10 of Swords. A sudden ending. This 10 in the conflict-ridden suit of swords shows an outcome that is unexpected and sudden. In readings, the card often denotes the end of a job or relationship, and although this feels like a fast unraveling, on reflection you see that it may have been building for some time. There is a finality here which suggests the situation or relationship is completely over. This card can also be seen as an aspect of the major arcana card Death, which brings necessary endings so you are able to quickly transition into a new phase. I see the truth in this ending. Succus lunaria is an ancient substance said to be born of water, plant, and moonlight. This elixir develops in the depth of night and is thus a metaphor for the wellspring of the unconscious. When this alchemical magic is afoot, it's all about dreams. The answer you are seeking will not come from the intellect, nor the opinion of others. It will surface from the depths, as if rising from the ancient waters of your memory. The work is to rest, restore, and awaken your celestial senses. Do this by pausing, by releasing your grip, The sap of the moon plant signifies you are in the deep territory of destiny and the imagination. This is a mythic moment. The dream is waiting to show itself, but awaits your sincere invitation. Ask and rest. All will be revealed. Gate 32. Endurance. Challenges. To trust in divine timing. To prepare for the next step of manifestation and to align with the unfolding of the process. To be patient. Mastery. The awareness of what needs to be done to make a dream a manifested reality. Setting the stage, preparation, and being ready. The patience to trust that once the stage is set, the timing will unfold as needed to serve the highest good of all. To translate divine inspiration into readiness. Expression when unbalanced. Letting the fear of failure cause you to avoid preparing what you need to do. To not be ready when the timing is right. To push too hard, too fast, and for too long against right timing. Questions to consider. What do I need to do to be prepared to manifest my vision? What actionable steps need to be completed in order for me to be ready when the timing is right? What do I need to do to cultivate patience? Do I have a fear of failing that is causing me to avoid being prepared? Am I overdoing and being overly prepared? Am I pushing too hard? What can I let go of? What needs to be healed, released, aligned, and brought to my awareness for me to trust myself and my inner knowing, and for me to move forward with courage and faith? Affirmation. I am a divine translator for divine inspiration. I sense and know what needs to be prepared on the earthly plane in order to be ready for right timing. I am aligned with right timing, and I prepare and wait patiently, knowing that when the time is right, I will be ready to do the work to help transform pain into power. This deep resting period in your life marks a moment of intentional healing and self-care. More than just integral to your wellness, it is integral to your being at this time, body, mind, and spirit. How you heal is your choice, and you can find quiet regeneration through sleep or other restorative practices like meditation, journaling, energy healing, etc. Consciously decide to slow down and process before sprinting ahead. The hustle can be tumultuous and demanding, and the only person who can really direct your own radical recovery is you. Tend to your wounds as you may be on the verge of burnout. Your nest will grow around you as you sleep, and the landscape of your life will shift beautifully as you fall into your own rejuvenating energy. In your dream state, you will transmute and transform your experiences and emerge renewed, whole, and ready to rise. But first, you must rest. Sweet dreams, sweet chickadee. When you feel the suffering of every living thing in your own heart, that is consciousness. The Bhagavad Gita. Every relationship that has been in your life, as well as every relationship to come, is not without reason or purpose. Whether a welcome blessing or a harsh lesson, each connection you have shared with others has helped shape who you are. Even the most difficult relationships have left you with a greater strength, a greater sense of self, or a realization that you truly deserve to be happy. Perhaps the most critical of all your relationships is the one you hold with yourself. The way you treat yourself expresses the way you give others permission to treat you. Let your connections reflect the way you desire others to interact with you. Do not settle for anything less than the truth. Forge relationships with others and allow those connections to run deep. Most importantly, let your relationship with yourself be your truest connection of all. While the branches of a tree stretch upwards, its roots continue to grow deep, symbolizing your connections to self and others. The deeper you lay the foundations, the greater the likelihood that the connections you have made will flourish. I shine my soul flame brightly and allow the blaze to spread like wildfire. You are the image maker. What you focus on manifests. What have you been focusing your attention on? Take a mental inventory of your current situation. What is causing you the most frustration? Now assess your thoughts about that situation. Chances are your thoughts have been focusing on it too. We always get what we focus on. It is law. You may say you want more money, but you focus on how you don't have enough. Or you want to find true love, but you secretly feel unworthy of love. Or maybe you want to get healthy and lose weight, but you say unkind things to yourself in the mirror. You may have every intention in the world to move forward, but if your thoughts aren't aligned with your actions, your efforts will be muted. You will always get what you focus on. Thoughts overtake action every time, so use this time to realign your thoughts with your true intentions. When you focus on the things you want with ease, no mental barriers will hold up the manifestation process. Believe and trust that what you want is on its way to you. Focus your attention on the outcome you desire most. Divine assignment. If you focus on what you don't want, you will get more of it. Use the law of attraction as a mirror of your own mindset and self-worth. You are always experiencing the outcome of your previous thoughts and the decisions you made in the past. If what you experience is not pleasing, shift your thoughts. As you do this, you change your outcome. Start by being aware of the thoughts that are not a vibrational match to your ultimate desire. Then shift your focus to what you want and how you want to feel. Each and every moment, you can realign and refocus your attention on what you want. You have the ability to attract more enjoyable circumstances. It starts with your thoughts. Surrender the drama. No matter how emotionally charged the situation, remain calm and don't contribute to the drama. Staying centered will help resolve the issue more quickly. The figure on this card is being born anew, emerging from his earthbound roots and growing wings to fly into the unbounded. The geometric shapes around the body of the figure show the many dimensions of life simultaneously available to him. The square represents the physical, the manifest, the known. The circle represents the unmanifest, the spirit, pure space. And the triangle symbolizes the threefold nature of the universe: manifest, unmanifest, and the human being who contains both. Now you are presented with an opportunity to see life in all its dimensions, from the depths to the heights. They exist together, and when we come to know from experience that the dark and the difficult are needed as much as the light and easy, then we begin to have a very different perspective on the world. By allowing all of life's colors to penetrate us, we become more integrated. In the words of Osho, when you open up to the ultimate, immediately it pours into you. You are no longer an ordinary human being. You have transcended. Your insight has become the insight of the whole existence. Now you are no longer separate. You have found your roots. Otherwise, ordinarily, Everybody is moving without roots, not knowing from where their heart goes on receiving energy, not knowing who goes on breathing in them, not knowing the life juice that is running inside them. It is not the body, it is not the mind. It is something transcendental to all duality. That is called Bhagavat, the Bhagavat in the 10 directions. Your inner being, when it opens, first experiences 2 directions, the height, the depth, and then slowly, as this becomes your established situation, you start looking around, spreading into all other 8 directions. And once you have attained to the point where your height and your depth meet, then you can look around to the very circumference of the universe. Then your consciousness starts unfolding in all 10 directions, but the road has been won. The Tower, Quantum Foam. The tower depicts the unexpected eruption of chaos. This may be a shocking experience, but it holds the promise of freedom. The concept of quantum foam evolved out of an attempt to reconcile Einstein's theory of general relativity with quantum mechanics. The idea was to treat gravity as a field, linking space and time to quantum theory's uncertainty principle. The result predicted that at submicroscopic levels, space-time becomes unpredictable and chaotic. Hence quantum foam, a kind of cosmic bubble bath with black holes and wormholes forming and dissolving at alarming rates. This strange and frightening world, strikingly at odds with the apparent stability of the material world, gives us the perfect image for the tower. In traditional tarot decks, a tower is shown struck by lightning and 2 figures fall, perhaps to their deaths. The tower symbolizes disruption and shock, a break in the continuity of our lives. The tower is a challenging card, but it is not negative. After the shock of being thrown out of our comfort zone, we often realize how our old ways of thinking have restricted us and wake up to the positive side of the tower's message: freedom. The lightning strike can also be a flash of illumination or inspiration. We are filled with sudden understanding and insight, even enlightenment. Gather your resources. Be discerning. Vast inner power is growing in your life. Step back and let it grow. There are times to shine brightly for all to see, and there are also times to choose carefully who sees your true self. Choose wisely. Do not make hasty decisions. If it doesn't feel right, hold back. You're protected from any less than positive outside influences. Your capacity and potential are growing in leaps and bounds. Your native spirit wants you to know it's traditional in indigenous cultures to carry a medicine bag or medicine bundle as a form of protection, and also as a way to access your personal power through the sacred objects that are held there. The items in the medicine bag each contain potent qualities that allow one's abilities to magnify and also help one commune with the Creator. As your power grows, take time to protect it, just as you protect a seedling in the early months, and then later, once it's an established tree, it can withstand the storms of time. Protect your growing power, and it will become as mighty as an ancient oak. The journey. Consider obtaining or creating your own medicine bag or bundle. Put objects in it that are meaningful to you and make you feel strong and vital whenever you look at them or hold them. Traditionally, one's medicine bag was not worn for display, but often hidden from view or kept in a sacred place. Realization happens on many different levels. Internally, we realize something when we become aware of that something as a fact. Externally, we realize something when we achieve or fulfill a dream or a desire. On a spiritual level, we refer to self-realization when we are able to unite body, mind, spirit, and soul to step into our fullest, most authentic expression of who we really are. The center of this activation draws us into an infinite inward journey through the layers of our awareness. The green indicates the presence of the heart, which provides the wisdom and stability needed on this frequently trippy path. The rich, bright blue coloring of the outer circles represents the ability and desire to express ourselves and to be realized in the outer world. The water represents the emotional realm, the heart's guidance system, and the orange and yellow stand for expression, creativity, and self-awareness. Tenderness can refer to a feeling of sensitivity or a quality of being kind, soft, and gentle. There is a sense of subtlety and care about it as well. Tenderness is not just an act of physical gentleness and softness. When combined with a heart that is open, loving, and receptive, tenderness can be transformative and deeply moving. The love we feel in our hearts can be felt in our touch, words, and actions. In a world that is often loud, hard, and chaotic, it is easy to forget that we are made of pure energy and that we are sensitive to the subtle realm of energy. Our deepest nurturing and healing happen when we feel loved. When tenderness flows from the heart, it washes over and into us, opening us up, softening us, and melting us. Our physicality can then transmute into a more energetic state, and we can connect to the larger whole, feeling that we belong. Our heart generates the largest electromagnetic field in the body, exceeding the brain's by far, and it can extend several feet away from the body. Our brain picks up on the electromagnetic signals that the heart produces, the signals from our own heart and the ones from the hearts of others. The interaction between two people might then be more than a subtle dance influenced by apparent signals like facial expressions, voice qualities, and body movements. We are literally sensitive to the energy of each other's hearts. Image description. The greens and blues and their blend into various gradations of turquoise refer to the heart, expression, and clarity. The softness is an indication of gentleness. The flowers refer to beauty and the opening of the heart, which is a delicate and beautiful process. The spiral at the core indicates the movement at the core of all energy flow. The flower of life refers to the grid on which our three-dimensional world is based. Tenderness is a quality that belongs to this physical realm. Although the universe certainly has aspects of delicacy, calm, and softness, tenderness has an intentional and emotional expression. The background shows ice, incorporating aspects of delicacy and fragility. Tenderness and relationship. Tenderness has to do with an open heart, and love, more than anything else, has the capacity to open our heart. Ultimately, when we feel connected to a higher power, there is an infinite abundance of love available to us, a universal source that has no end and no beginning, and will never cease loving us if we allow our heart to be open enough to receive it. We then become a vessel for the flow of love, receiving from the heavens and filling up our heart, so we can let it pour from there into the world and others. When we are filled with love, we soften, and that love easily flows through us and out of us. Even in a romantic relationship, these qualities don't always arise and flow with ease. Allowing softness can feel unnerving and even scary, as it makes us feel more vulnerable. There is always the fear that if we open up, the other might not be open to receiving us that way. They might be unresponsive and even reject us. With our heart wide open, that could hurt. Just like love inspires love, tenderness inspires tenderness, but someone must take the first step. If we understand that the ultimate source for our love is universal and not based on another human being, we can realize that we could never be without love, not even if our beloved withdraws their love from us. The universe is abundant, an infinite source of connection and love, so we can walk this earthly plane softly and tenderly, with no need to hide or harden up. There is more than enough love to go around. The serpent is the life force of Mother Earth. The coiled serpent of the Kundalini brings passion, healing, and renewal. She offers us the fruit of the tree of knowledge in the Garden of Eden and reminds us to shed the past the way she sheds her tired old skin. Serpent comes to offer you the forbidden fruit that will set your passion and creativity free. The serpent power of the Kundalini is stirring within your chakras, gently asking you to embrace its mystery. Shed the old skin that you have been so attached to, and welcome the vulnerable pink underbelly that will bring you a fresh experience of your life. Your passion and sexuality are awakening, and this can be scary. Trust the wisdom of serpent to transform your sensual energies into beautiful original manifestation. If you feel that this energy is blocked or challenged in your life, then the medicine message may apply to you. When you shed the past gracefully, life will not strip it away with great drama. Indeed, that is something you want to avoid. Do not use your energies to seduce others or allow yourself to be seduced, even by your own ideas. The serpent. The essence. The serpent is the life force of Mother Earth. The coiled serpent of the Kundalini brings passion, healing, and renewal. She offers us the fruit of the tree of knowledge in the Garden of Eden and reminds us to shed the past the way she sheds her tired old skin. Serpent comes to offer you the forbidden fruit that will set your passion and creativity free. The invitation. The serpent power of the Kundalini is stirring within your chakras, gently asking you to embrace its mystery. Shed the old skin that you have been so attached to, and welcome the vulnerable pink underbelly that will bring you a fresh experience of your life. Your passion and sexuality are awakening, and this can be scary. Trust the wisdom of serpent to transform your sensual energies into beautiful, original manifestation. The medicine. When you shed the past gracefully, life will not strip it away with great drama. Indeed, that is something you want to avoid. Do not use your energies to seduce others or allow yourself to be seduced, even by your own ideas. As humans, our bodies are of the earth. It is a natural inclination when we experience uncomfortable emotions or energy to ground it out, much in the way a ground wire works with electrical current. However, with so much in our modern lives that causes us to be disconnected from Creator, we tend to gravitate towards false grounding. Overeating, smoking, drinking, and recreational drugs are common ways some try to ground. These items are of the earth, but they are not the earth. This is not a true grounding, and as such it cannot sustain. It doesn't last. What ends up happening is that, as with most experiences that are false, We need more and more to achieve the same result. To truly ground and connect to both the earth and Creator, practice consciously connecting your energy to the earth. You should not be getting your energy outside yourself, but directly from the divine. This is achieved through meditation, energy work, and mindfulness. Find a way that works for you and practice it. By drawing this card, you are being asked to look at areas in your life where you may be employing false grounding as a coping mechanism. Love. Love is a verb, so make it your most treasured action. Change beckons. The path is shifting. The road leads a new way. Do not be alarmed as change beckons today. Society. Say yes to all the wonderful invitations coming your way. Excellent networking opportunities and new love interests for singles will be the result. Wise action. There is something you can do. Consult your heart to understand how to act with wisdom. Through prayer, thoughtful speech, forgiveness, or taking a step. Do what you can. Surrender all else. Breath. Take a few deep breaths and accept that sometimes things just don't make much sense. Soon enough, everyone will come to their senses to see the situation for what it is. I have loved you even as the Father has loved me. Remain in my love. John 15:9. The angels are asking you to dig deep inside your inner self. The strength is in you. Though it may not feel like it right now, you will be able to push through this. Believe in yourself and know you already have the power you need within you. When you are in a state of empowerment, you can live from a natural state of peace. Being stressed or afraid is not a natural way of living. Try to figure out what is challenging you and disconnect from whatever is creating stress. Establish boundaries and take back your personal power. This is an ideal time to develop a new way of thinking. What has been dominating your thoughts? Are you caught up in old patterns? You have control over your feelings. Remind yourself that you have the inner strength to tackle whatever you are currently facing. A crowned goddess is holding a delicate and translucent ball in her hands. At the center of the ball, there is a solitary female. This may refer to feeling small or blocked. The emphasis of the goddess's crown symbolizes higher knowing. You have more power than you realize. Believe in your inner strength. Your body needs you to master how awareness works. My state of mind sets the physical agenda in trillions of my cells. There is a sacred offering taking place, an offering of the divine feminine. She is offering herself to the mystery unfolding. This may manifest in a physical way, in that a woman of great feminine wisdom is offering herself to you in friendship, love, spiritual companionship, or service in some way. This may manifest in a spiritual gift from the divine in the form of a life circumstance or situation, whether it is immediately recognized as a gift or not. To accept this offering as a bridegroom accepting his bride, with love, reverence, and respect, will bring good fortune. This oracle offers you a message. Accept what is being offered now. Whether through challenge or an easing of the way forward, there is a gift of grace from the divine reaching for you now. Allow her in and be blessed. This oracle also heralds a time of importance in relationship. You have been revealing yourself and not being afraid of who and what you are, sharing yourself in willingness to connect. Your vulnerability and beauty is acknowledged and will attract the response you need at the perfect time and in the perfect way. Every bride shall have her bridegroom. How careful we must be close, how fragile we must feel, how sad not to be when someone is real. To say approach with caution when we already know that inside there's a likeness and experience goes slow. When you enter the garden of the heart, you become fragrant like the rose. When you fly toward heaven, you become graceful like the angel. If you get burned like oil, you become brilliant. When you become thin like hair in yearning, your joy leads the way. You'll be the kingdom and the king. You'll be paradise and the guardian angel. You'll be infidelity and you'll be faith. You'll be the lion and you'll be the deer. Rumi. You are the lion and the deer. You are bold, fierce, and vibrant, and you are silent, sweet, and gentle. If I should come to you in arrogance, you roar at me until my falsehood quakes in fear, so terrified it gives up the game, and love's conquest happens yet again. If I should come to you in surrendered adoration, open to whatever you may wish, you are so gentle with me. Like a deer, you offer me nothing to fear or resist, so that I too become sweet and gentle, longing to submit to your tender ministrations. So then I do not fear my own errors, for even if I stumble into arrogance, I shall be made wiser by your magnificent roar and become humble. If I become weak, I shall draw succor, evoking the tenderness in you. Whatever is needed to keep me true to love, is what you give me. For you are the holy lion, proud and mighty, and the sweet deer, gentle as the mildest breezes of spring. Hello, my old friend. Do you remember me? We are the oldest of friends. Ancient soulmates we are, acquainted over many lifetimes past, and through many lessons learned together in the school of love. So here we meet again, in this advanced spiritual training of the human experience, with the earth as our classroom. The moment is upon us to leave behind what we have once known, and to open up to the great mystery of life again. Our souls leapt from the divine oneness through the river of forgetfulness, and now dive into a body and a life. What a journey that leap begins! Let us embark on this studious adventure together. Let us honor the tiger and the lamb within each other, the lion and the deer. I can witness in you both the raging warrior who fights with unbreakable honor, and the healer who brings together those things torn apart. Of course, are we not heaven and earth? Are we not divine? And in being divine, being all things are divine. So we are here together in the school of love, not for the soul who still adheres to preference instead of curiosity, not for the soul who craves comfort instead of devotion to divine adventure. We must be like lovers, you and I, if we are to take these lessons. We must be willing to become mad with passion, crazy enough to chase the great beloved, even if it means forgetting who we are for a time, to have the sacred delight of rediscovery, breaking some rules and looking like fools. Well, what could be greater than becoming a fool for love? That will do for us. That will do well. Let us be fools for love together. So shall we become study mates? We'll recognize each other, even in all of our varied garbs, bright or somber, wild or gentle. We'll become the most enthusiastic students in the school of love, urging each other on to ever greater feats of passion and devotion. How we shall outdo each other in grand gestures and our unwavering commitment. This oracle brings you a special message. You are rediscovering a part of yourself that has been lost or submerged underneath more practical concerns. Of course, if practicality is about survival, then learning to be your true self is most essential and practical. All other paths lead to death of the soul. You are asked to bear the chaos of this rediscovery. It may be that talents from this or other lifetimes are reawakened and cause you some discomfort at first, even though they will ultimately bring joy and greater fulfillment. The discomfort may be around how those talents are best expressed, about overcoming shame, guilt, doubt, or other judgments. It may even be about who you are, if you now admit your talent or other emerging personality traits. Perhaps what is being unearthed in you now is darker, your sacred rage, refusal to accept disrespect in your life, your inability to tolerate lies and deceptions. Well then, you are the lion and the deer. That is nature. There is to be both in the world. You are not becoming contradictory or hypocritical. You are becoming whole. The guidance this oracle brings you is that you shall prosper most now if you are willing to unbecome what you have believed yourself to be. It was never really true anyway, that view. It was partial at best, and just a view, an identity, not a genuine reality. Some of your previous sense of self shall likely come with this transition into the fuller experience of your being, and some of that previous identity shall be shed as far too limiting. It just won't feel true for you anymore, if it ever did. Any crisis or confusion this brings you shall be temporary fuel to ignite the divine fires within. They simmer into life, cooking you from within, bringing all of your flavors, spicy and sweet, bitter and sour, into perfect balance, so that your being, your presence, becomes an exquisite dish served up as a divine feast. You shall become nourishment for the world in perfect balance. Your being will hold all, for it holds all within it. It will deny nothing and become a tonic to feed every taste, every appetite, every hunger, and every deficiency. What an extraordinary, sublime meal you shall be! How your presence shall nourish the world! And it all begins with shedding the either and the or, and recognizing instead the all. With such wild permission for unconditional love, you shall thrive in your beingness and feed the hungry world with a meal complete, satisfying, and exquisite. Sacred Honoring Ritual. Say aloud, Rumi, who loves me unconditionally, bear witness to my declaration now. I honor the spiritual maturity within me that bestows upon my consciousness this sacred task. I have accepted the fundamental goodness of my being and can now cast aside all notions held of myself and inquire into my wholeness. What nestles alongside this goodness? All, of course. I am unafraid. I honor my heart, and it is big enough to hold all my nature within its graceful light. I witness my darkness with compassion, and I become able to dance with all of my being, light and dark, in graceful acknowledgement of my divine wholeness. The gentle acceptance of all of me now brings me peace. This acceptance allows the divine to live fully through me as a vessel for the great mysterious plan unfolding upon the earth. With reverence, grace, and surrender, so be it. Sit quietly for a few moments and gaze at the image upon the card. Notice the colors, the interplay of light and dark that create the one beautiful image. This represents you. All light and all dark would have no art at all remaining, only extremes. It is in the interplay of light and dark that enables the living art in progress, your soul, to come most fully to life. When you are ready, simply say thank you. You have completed your ritual. If you have drawn this sigil, what is preventing your progression is that you are either too attached to the temporal in general or to an aspect of the temporal. This has caused you to lose sight of the bigger picture, which includes much more than the temporal world. You might be looking for a solution that does not exist in the temporal world. That is like looking for a lost key, but being convinced that the key is somewhere in one specific room, and never finding it because the key you are looking for is not even in that room. The temporal world is a world of the purely physical. It is particles, body, color, shape, soma, physical health, the physical aspect of sex, money, houses, places, things, the physical aspect of food, plants, people and pets, possessions, etc. It is the realm of the material. If you have drawn this sigil, you may be so invested in the physical and provable and rational, and even potentially the type of science that is purely focused on physicality and those same things, that you have forgotten that there is more to the universe than meets the eye. The physical world may seem secular, but it isn't. The physical world is not separate from spirit. It is a manifestation of spirit. You are denying the majority of the universe, and actually the majority of yourself, if you have invested in this way. Because of this, you might be more skeptical than you should be. By closing down your mind, you become unable to experience other potentials and other realities. You become selectively ignorant. Perhaps this sigil is calling you into open-mindedness and even faith. To have faith is to have positive confidence or trust in something. It is to think something is true even without proof. The famous philosopher Bertrand Russell once said, "Where there is evidence, no one speaks of faith. We do not speak of faith that 2 and 2 are 4, or that the earth is round. We only speak of faith when we wish to substitute emotion for evidence." Unfortunately for Bertrand Russell, he is forgetting something. The first person who believed the earth was round, enough to be motivated to set out to prove that it was round, had to go on faith before there was proof to back up that belief. Many people believe that faith is the absence of doubt. This could not be further from the truth. We only think that faith is the absence of doubt when we confuse faith with knowing. To doubt is to have uncertainty about something. Faith cannot exist in a universe of certainty because certainty is knowing. Faith is not required when we know. And so, if doubt is uncertainty, doubt is a necessary condition of faith. If we take doubt a step further and let doubt mean what it means emotionally to most people, to doubt is to consider something unlikely, and this is to act as if you know something that you do not know. It is to bring a sense of certainty to a universe of uncertainty. For this reason, doubt is the flip side of faith. If you have drawn this sigil, you may also be suffering because of your attachment to some aspect of the temporal. Perhaps it is your social status, someone else's success, or state of being in the physical world relative to temporal matters. The way your body looks, your job, paying the bills, things you possess or want to possess, your house, your city, your culture, your physical health, the physical aspect of self, and so on. This sigil has come to tell you that the answer you seek does not lie in the physical, and that you are being limited by your fixation on some aspect of the physical. It is like being so focused on the tree that you forget the forest. The thoughts causing your over-identification with that aspect of the physical must be questioned. It is time to invest your focus in the higher perspective and truth that comes with the awareness that transcends physical life, space, and time, and all the things in it.